Hi, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Bizzy. I hope you enjoyed today's story. And if you do, please subscribe. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Bizzy. It is episode 534. Do you like my new setup? I'm like, move the camera back. It's not as close. How is everybody this Wednesday? I hope you're doing well. I'm like in up to my eyes with tennis. I've been going to tennis like crazy, and my dear friend came down. I'm so happy she's here. It's been so fun, so fun, so fun. It's so fun because I went Saturday with JF, and we went and we saw this Brazilian, and I have to look up his name just so you guys can know. I have to go to Miami Open app, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a professional. I feel like a lot of Americans haven't. I don't think this is strange that I think this, but um I I so anyway, I'd never been to a soccer game in Europe, like a World Cup, and it gets very rowdy, right? So I'm hold on, I'm gonna put in here Brazil. Oh, he didn't come up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go here, you guys. Brazilian. Oh my gosh, you guys are probably okay. Brazilian tennis player. Okay, here he is. Okay, here we go. He's young. He's only 18, and that's not it. All right. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. But he is 18 years old, and he is adorable. And he plays singles, and it's a boy, and he's 18 years old, and his name is. Here we go. He's not in the top. He's not in the top 10 by any stretch of the imaginations. Oh, here he is. His name is Joa Fonseca. Is that how you pronounce it? It's Joaofonseca. Anyway, we're at the Miami Open, and they were supposed to play outside. He was supposed to play a match against a Frenchman, and they decided to bring it into the stadium. So all these people from Brazil, because I was in Miami, and all these people from Brazil are like rushing to go into the stadium and watch this tennis match. And it was so fun to feel the electricity there. I loved every second of it. I love feeling electricity from other people. It's so fun. So being there and being able to go with my husband and cheer him on and be around people that were so excited, and they were like screaming his name. And it was just an amazing, 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 amazing experience. And I think so many of us, now that we've gotten older and we're empty nesters, we're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with my time? It's like going to these sorts of things. Sign up to go, whatever sport you like make it a priority to go do something fun. And I can tell you this, I committed to 2 weeks of this tennis tournament, and it's been a lot because I live 45 minutes from where this Hard Rock Stadium. There's a lot of traffic here in South Florida. It's like the busiest part of 95 is from from Palm Beach County all the way down to Miami. It's like the busiest and the most dangerous part of 95. So it's a lot to get down there, a lot of stress to get there. But I've been making it a point, and it's been really fun. So if there's something you like to do, if it's tennis, if it's football, if it's soccer, if it's, whatever it is you like to do, go and get involved in something, because it definitely has you lose yourself. And it's so fun to watch and watch people cheering for their team. I know when the Eagles were playing in the Super Bowl, it was so great because the energy is just so great when your team is winning or your players are winning. And it's just like, yes, yes, yes. There's something to be said about rah-ing for a team and cheering, and the electricity that comes from other people, and how happy everybody is around you and how great that is. It's been such a treat, being on this journey of owning who I am and owning my sobriety and owning who I am has given me such an ability to have conversations with not just you guys on my podcast, but in real life. This weekend, I also had an opportunity to meet people. I met them briefly at a function, and then I saw them again. And it was so nice to talk to people like real, like owning who I am, like new people. I barely knew these people. I know we had We have like something in common. There was something that was in common when we met each other that was kind of cool and kind of like serendipity. And then we were able to sit down and talk to each other and be real with each other. And I think that when you are authentic and who you really are, and instead of what everybody wants you to be, I mean, for so many years, I was what everybody wanted me to be, right? I was like, I dressed a certain way so I could get those people like me, or dress this way so those people could like me, or I'd root for a certain team or do certain things just so that somebody would like me. And now getting to this place where I'm like authentically myself, which I have been since getting sober pretty much. And it just keeps getting more and more. I have a friend who says, I just don't even care what anybody thinks. And she's like, is that bad? And I'm like, no, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing to not really care. If you are a good person, and which I think most people are, I think 9 out of 10 people are very good. I think more than that, probably. I think that probably 95% of people, 98% of people are good people. I think there are people that are mentally ill. I think that there are people that for their circumstances growing up, they can't find their stride from whatever stories are in their past that they can't let go of. And I think that that takes away from who they are and being authentic. And I think it's hard because they don't like themselves and they care more about what somebody else thinks about them than they do for themselves. And that's sad. That's hard. It's hard when you can't be authentic. If you can't look in the mirror and like what's looking back at you. So you're going to say, well, I don't like what's looking back at me. So what do I do? How do you start to like yourself? How do you do that? For me, it was always from the outside in. It's never been from the inside out for me. And I don't know why that is. It just is. But like from my insides, that was harder because the insides remembered my past so much, the shame, remorse, regret of my past and past decisions I made. And that was so overwhelming. And now that was for so long. It was like that. I was really just walking around faking it till I made it. Okay. Faking it till I made it. My second actual sponsor, um, who I also like to call fellow traveler. And she has way more time than I do still to this day. And she would say to me, Elizabeth, this is an inside job. This is an inside job. And that was like, oh, I don't know how to do the insides. I can do the outsides. So I start on the outsides, which is, of course, exercising, wearing something that you feel good about, maybe putting a little bit of makeup on if that's your thing. Whatever it is that you do for the outside will eventually, I think, bring the inside to be at peace. Does that make sense to you? Like falling in love with who you are, not having regrets is a huge game changer. Huge. I think we all have done things and will continue to do things that maybe we think to ourselves, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But it is who I am. Like I'm 56 years old. I am who I am. And if people don't like that, I can understand that. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And that is okay because I'm an individual. And I love that I read, I'm reading this book again. I think I told you guys about it by Sister Miriam. It's a very short book, but I read a ton of different things at the same time. I'm sure you are not surprised by that because of my ADD, but I'm like, read this, I read that, I read this. But her book really points out that we are all individuals and we are all perfect the way we are. So knowing that you are exactly the way God made you. Okay. God never didn't make anybody else exactly like you, only one, and that's you. So embrace that. And some people might not like it. And that again is okay. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm here to be, for me, service of God. And when I see things that I think are not great, I will voice that. And some people can say, well, you're judgmental and you're this and you're that. And it's like, well, that's who I am. And if you don't like that, that's okay. That is okay. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just trying to speak my truth. And everybody has a truth. Being, having God in your life gives you these parameters. I talked about this on my podcast with my husband that dropped on Monday. Having parameters in your life that are like what's right and wrong, the 10 commandments that were brought up, that were started a million years ago with in the Bible, and you read about when the 10 Commandments came in, it was to help people realize like how you are supposed to act. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You know, that can sometimes be hard, right? If you have a neighbor that you're like, I cannot stand my neighbor. I want nothing to do with my neighbor. They're totally different than me. But you can be kind and say hello. That doesn't mean you have to break bread with them, but you can be kind. That's a huge thing, is being kind, just being kind to everybody, saying hello. That's one of my biggest things. As you guys, for people who know me personally, I'm a big say hi to everybody. It just brings a smile to their face when you say hi and you say thank you, or you say, how you doing? And most people that aren't working on themselves, I shouldn't say that, but anyway, most people you're going to say, how you doing? And they're going to say, fine, I'm great. I'm fine. Thanks. And they're going to keep walking. If it's a good person, I don't want to meet good person. That's not what I mean to say. But if you're talking to somebody that's in a 12-step program normally, and you say, how you doing? They might tell you exactly what they're doing, how they're doing. And you might be like, well, wait a minute. I didn't know I was going to be in a 45-minute to an hour long conversation. But if you're really listening to somebody and you hear what they're doing and you give them an opportunity to share with you, it's such a humongous gift. If somebody really shares with you what's going on in their life, if they're like, this is what's really going on, and they need somebody to talk to so they don't feel so alone. They've been carrying something around, or they want to share. Somebody today was like, I know there's somebody that I know that has a really great voice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, your voice is so amazing. And he was like, I got an opportunity to sing at this thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. And I really do want to hear it because his voice is so beautiful. And he was so thrilled to be able to talk about it, because so many of us have things going on in our lives that for whatever reason, we're ashamed to share it with people. Like if you're a great artist, you don't want anybody to see it because you're ashamed of what it is, but your art is your art. If you're a good singer and you're like, I don't want anybody to know I'm a good singer because I didn't study at Juilliard, so I don't want anybody to know. If you're a good artist and you didn't go to Parsons, like you think I'm not good, but that's not true. Be proud of yourself and that you're able to share who you are authentically. Because when we're able to share who we are authentically, that we are having a bad day, let's say we are having a bad day, or we are in pain because of being an empty nester. We are in pain because somebody in our family stopped talking to us. That really hurts us as human beings. And I've heard so many people say, I'm so embarrassed by the actions of my child. I'm so embarrassed. And the craziest thing, I remember when I first met my husband, and I'm not getting into his story and what had happened, but he was not embarrassed about something that was going on in his life. And I was like, really? I would be so embarrassed. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, don't they represent you? And he was like, I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. They're going to do them and I'm going to do me. And I was just in such shock. And the longer I've realized what he meant, which is that we all make our own choices. Again, what I said, Sister Mary, we are all individuals. God made us perfectly who we are. And to be embarrassed by somebody's behavior is not living in the sunshine of the Spirit, is it? No, you can't. If somebody judges you because your child doesn't speak to you, or your child's doing this thing or that thing, then that person doesn't love you for who you are anyway. Did you get that? So if somebody is judging you by the behavior of somebody you're related to or somebody you gave birth to, that's not a friend, you guys. It's not a friend. Just so you know, not a friend. That's kind of not a nice person, actually. If you're embarrassed by your friends are embarrassed, then that's not your friends. I am so into, I had this person a long time ago that helped me out, and they said to me, you want your friends to be the people that are like cheering you on, going, come on, and not people that you have to be like, I'm so embarrassed. That's like from 1970 70s and 80s, you guys, parents being embarrassed. We're in 2025. You can't be embarrassed by another person's behavior, even if they're related to you. It's like, come on. We have to be like, let everybody be who they want them to be. And if they don't want to follow, let's say, you're religious or you're really spiritual and you have a friend that isn't spiritual. Are you not going to be friends with them because they're not spiritual? Are you going to be embarrassed because your friend doesn't go to church? Or are you going to be like, well, my friend doesn't go to church, but I still love them? Or my friend believes in this other thing that I don't really believe in, but they believe in that, but I'm still their friend. I think that's okay. If they're a nice person, maybe they will one day believe. I think I mentioned this the other day. I went out with somebody who didn't believe at all in anything. And it was so interesting to me because they were talking about somebody else in their lives that was 90 who was like, obviously closer to death than not. And the person was like trying to find God and going, oh my gosh, I've been religious and I want to be religious and I want to have a relationship with God because God forbid, no pun, I don't go to heaven. And they were so shocked by that. And I'm like, you're shocked by that? I mean, like for me, I think believing in God is like the best thing, and giving my kids a relation. Like when they were growing up, they knew who God was. They knew who church was. They knew what church was. They went to church all the time, and they heard me preach about God all the time. And that was such a gift. I feel like it's like the best thing I ever gave my kids was knowing that there was a God. But if that's not how you are, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not embarrassed for you. I don't feel, but I mean, you have to do what you have to do, right? Like you have to go to sleep and put your head on the pillow at night and go to sleep. And how are you going to be able to do that? How are you going to be able to put your head on the pillow at night and be like, everything's going to be okay? I just trust God. I trust. I trust. I trust. I don't need to go to church to trust. I mean, I can't imagine not believing. I think that would be so, so hard. You guys, I think it would be harder not to believe than it is to believe. I really, truly believe that. I think that it would be way harder. I think so interesting. I was talking to somebody about being lonely. Are you lonely? Do you feel alone? Do you have a community? Me having a community is like game changer. I have friends and I'm able to go to these meetings and I go to church. So I have like friends in all different places, and it's so amazing to have communities everywhere because I'm never alone. So if you're out there and you're like, I want to go look into this stuff, go check out a church, you guys. Go if you want to. I'm giving you permission right now. You're like, I don't know if I can do that. What is going to be scary? Just go try it. Just go look up an Episcopal church maybe in your neighborhood and go there and see how you feel. Okay. And if you're not sure about that, go to Catholic church, go to a Christian church, go wherever you like, wherever your car may drive you or wherever your heart is pulling you, and go see what it's like. And see if you feel good and see what it's like to join a community. Because I think this loneliness epidemic we have in our lives right now, I think the government like pulling us apart, I think all this darkness that's around I think we have to fight it by going and doing something that might feel really uncomfortable and doing it anyway. Do you ever do that? Go do something even though it doesn't feel comfortable. Walking into a situation, even though it feels uncomfortable. Saying, I'm going to go do this even though I don't want to. Because you said you were going to try it. Do it. You're worth it, you guys. You guys are so worth it. And if you're like, I don't want to go to a 12-step meeting, go to a 12-step meeting anyway. If you don't like the one in your neighborhood, go to another neighborhood, go to another neighborhood, go to another neighborhood, go on Zoom, go find people. You do not have to be alone unless you want to be. Isolation is a huge thing for addicts, is to go and sit by yourselves, because then you don't have to go out and meet other people and you don't have to feel anxiety and you don't have to feel scared. But I'm telling you, the reward of going out and making friends is so much bigger and so much better than the fear that you're carrying in your body. Fear in your body is lies. It's all lies. You going out and making yourself vulnerable and making yourself a part of it and being who you are authentically will bring people around you, because people want authenticity. People don't want somebody who's plastic and pretend and doesn't have any idea who they are. They just don't. Seriously, if you just go be you, because there's no other yous in the world, you will find friends and you will find community. I know that for a fact. And you might not go to the first place and find them, but you will walk into a room eventually, or a church or a hall, whatever it is, a mosque or a temple. And you walk in and you'll be like, these are my people. This feels right. I feel like I'm like liking myself in this environment. That is such an amazing gift, to go and put yourself in a situation that you would think, I'm not going to do. I want to do it. I want to do it, but I'm not going to do it because I'm too scared. Don't just quiet the fear if you can. Look at the fear and say, I'm going to put you in a corner right now, fear, and I'm just going to walk with faith. I'm going to do this, even though it feels uncomfortable. I'm going to go do this because I want to. I want to try this that I've never tried, and I've wanted to try it for so long, and I'm doing it even though it doesn't feel good. I feel scared. I feel like this inside. I'm not good enough. I don't look pretty enough. I don't feel I'm this, I'm that. Stop. Do it anyway. Walk through the fear. One of the biggest things I did, I will never forget, years ago. I remember when years and years and years ago, I think this is like probably, oh my God, I can't even think of how long ago, like probably 15 years ago. I remember feeling maybe 18 years ago, 19 years ago, I was feeling really scared. And I heard somewhere that if you breathe in God, breathe out fear. Breathe in God. Breathe out fear. Breathe in God. Breathe out fear. You feel better. You're like, okay, I can do this right now. And you might be driving in your car to wherever you're going, where you've been wanting to go, but you haven't gone. And you might be going, okay, I'm breathing in fear. Or instead of saying God, you can say, breathe in faith. I've got this. You can go, I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. And breathe out fear. So I've got this. Fear, go away. And blow it out. Blow out that fear. Breathe in. I got this. I got this. I got this. I can fake it. I can fake it. I can fake it. Blow out that fear. I look ridiculous, but do it. This post-it note on your computer that says, I love Elizabeth on my computer. My kids see it all the time. Like, Mom, why do you have this I love Elizabeth sticker? I'm like, because I had to do it. I had to say it to myself because I didn't love me. So I had to do whatever the little tool was. I went and had seen Louise Hay, who's been gone for a long time. And she had this mirror work where you would put, I love myself. And I remember when Stuart Smalley did this on Saturday Night Live, I love myself. I really love myself. But it really works, you guys, as corny and as crazy as that sounds. And having it right there on your computer screen. For me, Elizabeth. I love Elizabeth. I love Elizabeth. And it's faking it. These are the faking it tools that we have to do. We all have these voices from our past. I'm not good enough. I'm a loser. I did this stuff in my past. I did it so long ago. I did something that was against God forgave you though, you guys, on everything. God forgives you. He loves you. He says, have faith, trust in him. And if you don't trust in him, then you're going to stay in this darkness alone and all shriveled up and by yourself. And you're going to go, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. Don't do that anymore. Cut it out. Cut the shit. No more. Have faith in you. Fake it. Fake it. Fake it. Go, if you have to, go to a consignment store and you can get an outfit that's already been worn before by somebody. Go to Goodwill. I love Goodwill. Go to Goodwill or go to a consignment store. Don't spend a lot of money and find something that makes you feel special in who you are. Put something on that makes you go, darn, I look kind of good right now. Put on that lipstick that you haven't wanted to wear because you're scared of what somebody's going to think. Put it on anyway. Put it on anyway. You know what? Do what you want to do that's going to make you feel good, because that's going to make you a better person. And you're probably going, well, that's so selfish. I have kids. I can't do it. No, we have to take care of ourselves so we can take care of our kids. There's a reason besides putting the oxygen on our mask on a plane. It's like we have to take care of ourselves so we are there for everybody else, right? Because if mama ain't happy, nobody happy, right? So take care of you so that your kids can be like seeing their mom happy and joyous and free. I wasn't always happy, joyous, and free, but I knew when I was like going to those old thoughts were creeping in my mind that I wasn't good enough, that you were better than me, that I was a loser, that I wasn't this and I wasn't that. And they were all lies. All that was lies from my past. All we have right now, you guys, is right this very second. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. You're right here. You're right now. You're not in that past, and you're not in that future down the road. You're only in this second moment. Learn how to live in this moment. God is right here in this moment. He's not in the future and he's not in the past. That's all your dark, yucky stuff that your head wants to go to. Oh, I'm so no good. Look at me. I did this. I did that. And look at all those people over there. They look so fabulous. And I'm such a loser. And I would need to lose 10 pounds. Whatever. Let it go. Embrace who you are right this moment. Love you. You know, I went to 12 steps rooms and they'd be like, we're going to love you. Do you love yourself? And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Okay, whatever. And it's true though, because they did love me and they checked in with me and people checked in with me and I got a posse around me and I made friends, because when we have friends and when we have people around us, we feel better. Because when we're by ourselves, all we're doing is repeating the same things to ourselves of what's going on. We are not going and getting opinions from other people, because all we're doing is saying to ourselves, self, I'm really fat, right? Yourself goes, yes, you are really fat. And you're like, what? If you go and you ask somebody else, am I really fat? I will tell you, they'll say, no, you're not really fat. You're absolutely beautiful. That's the friends you need. You don't need that dirty head that sends negative stuff. Like our heads do that at times. They send negative stuff, but it's not the truth. It's lies. It's having a whole new thing in your head of what you're thinking to yourself and what you're saying to yourself has to change, but it's going to take time. So you need other people that are going to help and love you the way you are. And where do you find those people? Do you find them at the gym? Do you find them at the park? Do you find them at church? Wherever it is, take the opportunity to go find people. Because if you are by yourself, it's going to be so hard to change the thoughts. There's this old saying, move a muscle, change a thought. So going for a walk in your neighborhood, I don't care if you walk down the street 2 houses and come back, you'll get a different perspective. If you're sitting in your house just by yourself and not doing anything else, nothing will change. The only thing that will change will be the clock. That'll be it. And time is so precious. It is so precious. All we have really at the end of the day is time. And at some point when we are at the end of our lives, we aren't going to want to say, oh my God, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. Do it now, you guys. Don't listen to your head, because your head's going to lie to you. Again, as I said, breathe in. I got this, I got this, I got this. And breathe out fear. I got this. Fear, get out of me. Stop telling me lies. All these corny little things I'm talking about work. The only reason I know they work is because I've tried them. You got this. Life is amazing. It's this gratitude thing. And with this, Gratitude is the best attitude. If you're grateful, a grateful heart will never be sad. A grateful heart will be happy. Not only happy, but joyous and free. Find some gratitude. Get breathing. Change it up. Just know this, you are not alone. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I'm coaching again, by the way. If you're looking for a coach, I am coaching again. Reach out to me at elizabeth@elizabethchance.com. You can also find me on my website at elizabethchance.com. Busy Living Sober, Conversations with Bizzy. It's all going to take you to the same place. I just want you to know this. You are not alone. You've got this for today, my friends. You are not alone. That is a lie. God is always with you. And I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, please subscribe. And if you want my newsletter in your inbox, go to elizabethchance.com. You'll be prompted right away. Sign up. It'll come into your inbox every Friday. And until next time, everybody, take care. Sending you hugs and love. Bye. Thanks for listening to Conversations with Bizzy. I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, if you could subscribe, that would mean the world to me. And follow me on all social media. And you can also get my newsletter every Friday morning into your inbox. Just go to elizabethchance.com and subscribe. Take care.